Some of you might be confused, anxious, overwhelmed at how many tools there are on the interwebs, and my goal here is to simplify everything for you, especially if you're starting out. My name is Brandon Smith, and if we just met, I am a community owner at Mental Momentum on the school platform helping solopreneurs overcome digital distractions. Let's get started. Certain problems you might be facing: you're overwhelmed with the amount of digital apps and tools to juggle with. You lose track of where everything is. You're trying to look for assets, documents, trying to find ideas that you capture on your second brain app, etc. You waste hours trying to find the best tools on the internet to optimize everything, even when fundamentals haven't been established. And you just have anxiety with too many choices. You don't know what to pick and choose. And I got this excerpt from Cal Newport's book, Digital Minimalism. It's easy to be seduced by the small amounts of profit offered by the latest app or service, but then forget its cost in terms of the most important resource we possess: the minutes of our life. We waste so much time trying to figure out how to extract as much value as we can for certain tools, apps, subscriptions, services, and we don't realize the downsides. This is the any benefit approach that we apply as humans. We find the tiniest inkling of a positive benefit for anything, but we always neglect the downsides. We don't understand the costs associated with certain things we choose. And we want to get down to the essence of what's essential and forget about anything else. I have this very sophisticated, totally complex meme of trying to keep it simple, right? We feel we're idiots when we try to keep it simple. We go on the bell curve. No, we need all the best tools on the market. I need to figure out my email sequence. I need to have multiple traffic sources. I need to host my products and services on Gumroad, on School, on whatever, Stan Store, whatever, everything you need. You just need all the tools to optimize for everything. But in reality, the idiot is also close to the master by keeping it simple. So I hope that meme nails it down. And so the goal here: simplified tech stack that covers the majority of personal and professional needs. Think about the Pareto principle here. The 80% of effects are the result of 20% of causes. So the 20% of our tools provide 80% of the results we get. And we want to get to that as soon as possible. We're going to establish the bare essentials. One, we need one traffic source. Think YouTube or Threads or Instagram or TikTok. Find one traffic source that you could stick with so you can generate traffic, generate leads into your products or services. You just need to pick one. As Alex Hormozi says, you need one channel, one offer, one avatar to hit 7 figures a year. You don't need to go any more complex than that. Find your one traffic source. Now, you want to have one app or one note-taking app for documents and assets. So that could be Google Docs for you. That could be your second brain, Notion, Cortex, Obsidian. Find that one thing that you can stick with, that you can capture ideas, provide assets and documents so you can use it for yourself and your clients or your customers. And then one place to host products and services. Again, you could just have one landing page. You could have one place that can process payments. You could have one place that hosts these products and services. Just have one place to host everything you need to sell. My personal tech stack, and this is my top 3, this is the essence of my online business. It doesn't really need to get much more complex than that, but I'll go over certain bonuses that I deem essential that provide substantial benefit over downsides. You can probably see it, but Threads, that is my main traffic source. Of course, if you're seeing this on YouTube, I would say that's my second traffic source too. But I'm recording this specifically for my school community, so then I could upload on YouTube. So I apply more leverage to that. But Threads is my primary traffic source. It's my social media where I post content. I love to write, and I engage with my audience there. I engage with a community of people within Threads. That's the main way I gather more content ideas. That's the main way I interact with people in my audience, through Threads. Cortex, the one thing you're seeing right now is my second brain app for Cortex. So if you're not using Cortex, then you might be familiar with Notion. If you're using Notion right now, you can stick with that. If you use Obsidian as your second brain app, then you can stick with that. Or you can use Google Docs. Google Docs is fine. Cortex I do because I can make a lot of documents, I can make assets within it, and I could just generate ideas on the fly when I need to. And then School. School, as you can see, I have it open right here. It is a community platform to host products and services and gather community people to engage with, to build relationships in. You could do so much with School. Plus, it has a built-in payment processor with Stripe, so you have everything you need within School. And School also has its own traffic source. This School pulls in over 2,000 members a day, I believe. A day. I could be wrong on that, but it does generate thousands of people pretty much every single day. And that itself, if you can rank pretty high within your own community, that's a free traffic source already. And the bonuses that provide substantial benefit over downsides for me, ChatGPT, not surprising there, generating ideas, helping me think critically on what to write, editing my writing, my content, everything within that. Google Calendar, a way for me to time block my day, organize my day, and then use calls to put calls that I'm booking, which I'll get into in a minute, into Google Calendar, so I can see what times I have booked for potential customers and clients. Google Docs. So this is where I do gather my assets. I do have Cortex for that as well, but sometimes I have communities where they do send stuff through Google Docs, which is also a very simplified way of delivering stuff, delivering assets and documents that I will need. So I use Cortex and Google Docs for that. And Google Meet is for hosting calls. You could use Zoom, you could use anything, but I host calls on Google Meet. You want a booking calendar for discovery and sales calls. If you try to sell in the DMs, that's completely fine. You don't need this at all. If you do low ticket or even a mid ticket offer, then you don't necessarily need a booking calendar. You probably don't even need a Google Meet to host calls or a Zoom to host calls. I prefer it very much because it allows me to build more relationships with people I want to work with. And I'm planning on selling high ticket anyway, so it makes more sense to me to book calls. But TidyCal is basically a booking calendar. I have it on the bookmarks tab on Chrome. It's a discovery call here, and then I have a coaching call within TidyCal. Neat thing about this is that when I try to compare this with Calendly, which is another popular booking calendar tool, this is just a one-time payment to access just about everything you need within a booking calendar, and it was pretty cheap too. I will include the link in the description of how you can buy this pretty cheap. Otherwise, you could just stick with a free Calendly. But you basically go through AppSumo, which is a service that gives you discounts for certain tools. So you make a free AppSumo account, and then you have the ability to purchase anything at a discounted price for one tool that you choose. And TidyCal for me was the top choice for me. Nothing else applied, in my opinion. Tal was great. It was basically like 75% off. Really good deal. It was about $30 or so. So really good. Anyway, I digress. Another thing is Text, which is actually an app that integrates multiple outreach sources into one app. So if you have clients that you're reaching out to on DMs from multiple sources, like Facebook Messenger or Instagram or WhatsApp, LinkedIn, or whatever the case, if you have clients in different places, then this really simplifies how to just have one app that integrates multiple outreach sources, so you don't have to jump around a whole bunch of other apps to get to your clients for DMs. As you can see here, I'll open it up right now. Yep, and then I have my inbox right here. I have multiple people. So right now I have Instagram DMs. So I do have Threads, but they don't have the DM feature right now. And as of this recording, Threads will have the DM feature. So hopefully that'll even further simplify things for me, because I don't really take on Instagram. I like to take on Threads as my one and only traffic source, at least for outreach. So keeping it simple there. And this is my current lead flow process. Threads, I do include Instagram DMs as part of it. I only use Instagram for outreach, for warm outreach specifically. And I take them to my school community, my one, as my lead magnet. And then once I get them into the community, I get them to book a call, use TidyCal for that. So I warm them up and say, hey, how are you doing? Let me know if there's any problems you could solve or I could solve. And if you are interested, I'd love to get to know you better and talk to you on a call, if that's fine. Give them a TidyCal link. And this is where I do my discovery call and my sales call. Mostly a discovery call at the moment, just because I want to figure out more of what problems I need to solve for my audience or for my community members, so that I can best serve them. And then if I decide to, I'll book a sales call if they qualify. So I sell my paid product within the community, and I'm playing around with a freemium model. And I'll get to more of that in a bit if you want me to on another video. But I can make a course on school. So I have my free community right here, and then I can select buy now, and then you can make a one-time purchase price. So for me, it makes sense to high ticket because I don't have a big traffic source. I don't have a whole lot of lead generation. I don't have a million subscribers. So it makes sense for me to do the unscalable work and provide as much value as I can for one person specifically by selling high ticket. So it would be about $3,000, and then I would plug in my offer within that one course. So I'll keep it private for now. So that's how I am planning on doing it. That's how I'm doing it right now. And my challenge to you at this point is to delete anything that is not essential. If you look at anything in this list, if this makes sense to you, keep it. If it doesn't make sense to you, then completely neglect everything I mentioned, because a lot of this that I mentioned is my personal tech stack find the one traffic source that you can stick with. Find one app for documents and assets, so if it's Cortex or even Google Docs, that's fine. And one place to host products and services, and my personal favorite is School. If you run a newsletter, then you could do Substack, then just keep it simple. Find the essence of the tools that you want and leave anything else behind. Anything else that is completely optional that only provides some benefit but has a lot of downsides, completely neglect it. I have the bonuses for me because they provide substantial benefit over downsides. And this is basically, these are 9 apps. I don't really go much further than that. And even then, I could probably, if I could probably remove one thing from here. It could probably be Google Docs. It could be. And I could potentially remove Google Meet soon because School is actually going to be native video hosting for School. So I could remove Google Meet entirely soon. So that's going to be even better for me using School. So if you're not using School right now, that's another big benefit as well if that fancies you. But ultimately, keep it simple. And if I have to pull up the meme again, the sophisticated and totally complex meme, keep it simple. I hope this helps. If you check this out on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. And if you like this, hit the notification bell if you want to see more of this sort of content. Leave me in the comments if you have any questions. If you are in my community right now, then feel free to leave a comment below this post if you find anything interesting. If you have any questions, concerns, then let me know and I will get right with you. Have a good one.